Hi, I'm Susan McGarry, and welcome to the 12 Days of Christmas, where I'll show you how to make 12 projects in 12 separate videos that can be used as Christmas gifts. So let's get started. This is a super easy project. We're going to make a coaster, and it can be square with cork on the back. It can be round if you want, with or without cork on the back. You can use a pattern Dichro. You can use a ripple Dichro. This one happens to be smooth. This is ripple, and so the design is the colors in the valleys and the mountains there. If you have some special type of glass that you love, you can make a coaster out of that. This is one of my favorites. And you can also use a plain colored glass, maybe a blue or green or something like that. Put decals on it, something very simple. I would suggest being cautious of this type of ripple glass. It's got a lot of texture. And when you go to put your clear glass on top of it, there's a chance you're going to get bubbles from that. There's also a chance you won't. But for a coaster, you want something very smooth. So it's most likely you would want to fire this down so that it'd be very flat. But then you would have to turn it over once it's fired and fire it face up so that you would get that fire polish. So I'm going to stick with this glass today because it is flat and it's got a beautiful pattern in it. This one's actually a little thin. This is 3 millimeters, so this looks like it's maybe 2 millimeters, something like that. So there is a chance that when I fuse these together that it'll shrink up just a little bit. That won't bother me at all. I'm sticking with about a 4-inch size coaster because that seems to be about the size of most coasters, is about 4 inches. And it can be done, if it's done this way, it can be done in one firing. This glass I got from Sunset Dichro. I believe he's in Tustin, California, so Southern California, called Sunset Dichroic. So if you like this pattern, he can tell you which one it is. I kind of want the flowers centered. Sorry if it's not showing on the screen. It's hard to show Dichro, especially before it's fired. Part of this flower is cut off, so part of this flower will also be cut off. And this, almost all of it, and almost all of it. So it's a better side than if I go over here. I get a full flower, and I'm taking off a good chunk of this flower. So to me, it just looks like this side's better. I think it'll be a really easy coaster to have really beautiful results. So let me cut this piece of glass real quick. So I want the black Dichro to be just a bit smaller than this piece of glass. So if I put my ruler here, when I cut, it will end up being just slightly smaller because of the width from the blade on my cutter. You can use your breakers or something like that. I just break it in half. Of course, make sure you have your safety glasses on. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Put my ruler right up against it. Did you see I went off? I'm going to cut it again. I went off just slightly to the side. So I cut it again on the right. I am going to try and break it on the correct line. I did. Fantastic. It's got a little bit of a bump there. I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, I think that'll come out great. So I'm going to fuse this a little slower. I'm going to go 350 an hour up to 1425. Hold it for, let's say, 10 minutes. And then I'll bring it down to 960 because this is COE 90. This is bullseye glass. So I will bring this down to 960, hold it for about 30 minutes, and then off. Let it cool to room temperature. And we'll see what it looks like when it's done. Okay, my coaster's out of the kiln, and it looks amazing. I love how it turned out. the Dichro on it with the pattern, very beautiful. This will make a really great gift. And on the back, you can leave it the way it is, or you can put those bumpers. They're little sort of rubber bumpers that go in the corner. And I'm not a fan of those. I think they fall off too easily. The other option is to put cork on the back. So I bought this, I believe at Michael's many years ago. It's in the scrapbooking department, and it's a sticky backed cork. And I cut out a square that is just a little smaller than my coaster, and then realized I've had it so long that the sticky is gone. But that's not a problem because I can glue it. So my favorite glue is E6000. I use it a lot. And I'm just gonna put a little on here, make sure I get the corners too, and then spread it out and stick it on. I don't want it to ooze out the sides, so I'm gonna be really careful with that. So I'm just making it sticky again. Need a little more. If you put too much, it'll ooze out, and that will not make it look very good. Although, if you're quick about it, you can peel it off, the excess. Probably be easier if I didn't do this on the grid board because I'm not getting very good smoothing, but I think that looks pretty good. Clean my fingers. I'm just using this paper that I peeled off the back of it to press. It's smoother. That turned out perfect. I can tell it's already stuck on there really well. That E6000 is awesome. All right, and there it is. A very easy gift, very quickly, and anyone would love to get that, right? Okay, thanks for watching. Be cool, honey bunnies. Bye.